I thought I'd come and show you the Kangaroo works development. Now, my big disappointment with this is all the way around the bottom there was doorways and windows, and I feel on a lower level they could have incorporated that into the lower design and kept a bit of our tradition around here. But my understanding is one of the doorways has gone to Kelham Island and been reinstalled there, but unless you you pay to actually see it, you can never see that bit of our history again. It's been hidden from our site, and I think that's the idea, is to remove any traces of our past and our proud heritage. This whole area would have been once small cutlery works, etc., and I think we should have played on that as a brand to the rest of the world, our heritage, etc., but it's just been removed bit by bit. But I'll take you a walk around the building. Now, last week I was told by the ambassador the cheapest flat in here is £1,000, and I've actually gone and had a look, and the cheapest one bedroom flat here is £1,000. Then the 2-bedroom, it's about £1,500, and then it goes up to £2,000 for a 3-bedroom. That's per month. Now, my understanding is that does include all your bills like your energy and water, etc. But that's not, to me, that's absolute extortion. That's like just for a 1-bedroom flat, that's £12,000 a year. Who can actually afford these flats? And I mean, how are they actually putting some of the boat people in here? So the government's paying for that? I don't know. Be interested to know. Well, let's have a little walk around the area and you can get a feel for yourself. But like I said, if this bottom layer that they've kept the remnants of the old building and the windows, and then gone up a level to the new building, at least we'd have had some traces of our heritage, but it's just been completely erased. Now, I've been told there's going to be a bus interchange down here, so I think they blocked this road off at one bit, and now there's going to be a bus interchange. I don't know if this is where the bus interchange is going to be. Now, just here where you can see Pounds Pocket Park was actually the modern Division Street fire station. I think it was South Yorkshire's headquarters, which lasted about 20 years. I don't know how much they spent on it, and then they pulled it down. That was another waste of money, and it's just, they seem to waste money like it's going out of fashion. You can see the net zero building, and when I actually went to Sheffield City Council about the net zero building, they can't tell me how much energy was used in the actual construction. They say that it's something else. It's nothing to do with calculating how much energy you've used and how much you'll save per year after. They can't actually confirm that, so their whole agenda is just skewed.
That's really positive.
This tells you about Pounds Pocket Park. It's named after the fire station guy. So it opened in 1984 and shut in 2010, so it was only ever open for 16 years, and they must have spent tens of millions on it. Absolute joke. This was the old telephone house. I think it's had a new coating put on it. So you can see the net zero building across there. They can't prove it's net zero. Then you've got Grosvenor House, which was originally the Grosvenor Hotel, HSBC's new headquarters, but it's not even a quarter of the size of where I worked at Griffin House on Tenter Street. Just here, across here, where you can see Trafalgar Warehouse in the background, was supposed to be the tallest building in Sheffield, about 34 stories, but we've changed the plans so many times. As far as I know, it's not going to be that tall anymore. It's not going to be the 30-odd stories that were going to make it originally. So they've watered it down, but it's never started. Give you some different angles on it. But I'd like to know when, and I do harp on about this one, I'd like to know when Sheffield City Council got the permission of the people of Sheffield to actually destroy the city centre to make it into a big university place. The original council was actually moving people out of Sheffield onto the outskirts, and that actually meant that they weren't living in such polluted areas, so there was no need for a zero emission zone, etc. But Sheffield City Council, against the will of the people, have actually decided to take away our shopping centre and turn it into just a big dormitory. So you can see where the old Division Street station was. We'll have a walk round the corner a bit. I just want to really give you an appreciation for the area. Now, a lot of people say that our town centres have been destroyed by online shopping, so why is Meadowhall doing so well? And my view is that Meadowhall should never have been built, and the guy who built it said it should never have been built. What they should have actually done is done what they did down at Peterborough, and they created an indoor shopping centre actually in their town centre. So after it you walked out on the open, and after it you walked in an indoor in the Queensgate, and it was actually, but back in the 80s it was a fantastic town centre, Peterborough. You got best of both worlds, inside and outside. So you got the Trafalgar Warehouse venue down there, that's a sort of events place. But this is just more student accommodation. It's just, that's all it is. All our industry, all our culture, heritage, just wiped out in the name of £9 a year for student fees, £6 a year for accommodation. It's just a way of making money, and what are our students coming out with at the end of it? They're just being loaded with debt. The majority of them are going to end up with worthless qualifications. We did apprenticeships back in the 80s, which were free. I didn't load myself with debt. I earned a little bit of money doing my apprenticeship. And I personally believe I came out better from my apprenticeship. I did process control, and I also got an HNC in industrial measurement and control, which gave me an absolute stepping board to work for Midland Bank in telecoms back in 85. So I was in the steel industry from 79, 80 to 85. Like I said, I believe it was actually a better way of educating people, practical, but also 2 years in a training centre. And all we're doing now is loading kids with debt and giving them worthless qualifications. The number of people that I've come across working in warehouses that have got degrees and there's no chance for a better job for them. And yeah, I know they won't be paying the debt unless they earn a certain amount, but what a joke really. Absolute, it's just about money now. And we've trashed our town centre, trashed our heritage. We could have really exploited our brand name, could have updated our small little industries for making cutlery and various other things, but we didn't do that, and we had no plan. So this is it, soulless, what's looking more and more like a 15-minute city as they bring in the clean air zone and remove cars and just make it so difficult to drive a car in Sheffield City Centre. So that's a quick view of Kangaroo Works. I'll probably put I'll put a link to the actual apartments so you can have a look at them. I also put a link to how the Kangaroo Works looked, and I'm on about the doorways and things that I feel that's part of our heritage that should have been saved and should be on view every day in the city, but they're not anymore. A bit like the monument, there was actually a monolith where the Goodwin Fountain was, then it became Queen Victoria's statue. Well, they've all been carped away and pushed away in parks where nobody sees them anymore. So our history, I don't particularly like Queen Victoria, but it's part of our history and it should be in our town centres for everybody to view it. So that's it, that's a quick view of Kangaroo Works.